Previously on Unscripted.
You don't have an account there. They really have no way of doing the transaction. Excuse me. They have been withdrawing money from my account for 25 years. They have a way to take my money.
Yes, they do.
You're listening to Unscripted with Skip Sherman and Josh Obadia.
Okay, Skip, so today we're going to talk about our favorite instrumental songs, and we'll get to the rules later. But first, there's of course something that's bugging me.
You're kidding me? Boy, are you bugging me, man? I'm gonna nail. Ooh, God. I'm getting bugged now. Whoa, man.
Can't wait to hear it.
I've told you about this before. I don't know if we've talked about it on this show. And this does not apply to the province of Quebec.
Really?
But it applies to the rest of the country.
Because Quebec is usually at the top of the list of weird stuff.
Quebec is ahead of the game in this case.
Oh, God. Okay, let's hear it.
So you know what I'm going to say as soon as I start telling you.
No, I don't know, unless you're talking about bike paths.
No. So here, in this province, when you go to a restaurant and you pay your bill with that handheld device and you want to give a tip, they calculate the tip, including the tax. Now, I know that this has been fixed in the province of Quebec, but it has not been fixed here, and I don't think it's been fixed anywhere else in the country. But the fact that they could fix it in Quebec means they can fix it everywhere else.
They passed legislation because they realized it was absolutely like restaurants literally just ripping off people because of laziness, because of people's own laziness, right? Like you, even you now, when you get the thing, you don't have to accept the tip they're suggesting. You could always put in whatever you wanted, right?
But if I'm giving 18%, I'm actually giving 20.
That's right. Or maybe more. I mean, you have to do the math, but yeah. So they did pass legislation here. I don't know if it definitely went into effect. I'm going to check that next time I go to a restaurant.
Oh, no, it did, because I ate at a restaurant in Quebec a few weeks ago, and it worked perfectly.
Because they were saying that basically that what had to happen was that all the machines need to be like reprogrammed, right?
But they did it.
They did it. Of course they could do it, right? Of course.
So that means they can do it here.
It's really like one of these things, and I wanted to do an episode. I had a potential topic, and we never did it because it's a bit complicated, and we don't like to do a lot of research sometimes. So it was about like what are things in society that are either a ripoff, they're horrible, stupid, things that don't make sense in society that people just accept.
You did tell me about this topic once,
right? I mean, taxes is like the most obvious thing, like, and these kind of stuff. But this falls right into that.
By the way, just as an aside, so when you do get that handheld device and it gives you like 4 different options for tips, it used to be 15, 18, 20, 22. Now, some places I go, 15 isn't even an option. The lowest option is 18.
No, and tipping culture became like a bit crazy now. Like, if you go and get a sub at Subway and you go and pay, and the worker hands you like the machine, it's going to be, the first thing is going to be like, do you want to add a tip? Like, since when?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, anywhere you go, there's
Starbucks,
like an option.
McDonald's, you name it.
Everywhere you go. And it's fine. Like, I don't mind, like sometimes these guys work hard, right? Like, and they don't necessarily get, restaurant workers is like a gray area, especially in Canada, because like a lot of times it's teenagers or students, then they're getting paid like minimum wage, and in some cases, like if you're a server, you're getting tips, right? But if you're a server at like a fast food, you're not. Like there's always these little loopholes. So like it's fine to have the option to like give people tips, but it is a little bit of like there's some audacity there in the vendor saying, tip me,
Audacity is the perfect word to describe it.
Like I go to a bagel place, right? My favorite bagel place here in Pointe Claire. I don't want to like shame them or anything, but like the people there that work hard and you get your bagels. But like if I go and buy like a dozen bagels and they put it in a bag for me and they hand me the machine and they're like, do you want to leave a tip? I'm like, really? like they're nice and everything, but what is it for,
Okay. So do we have any listener mail?
Mailbag.
Yes, we do. Last episode, you recall, we did Songs of the Summer.
We did, yes, I do recall.
Mark from Philadelphia suggested I don't know if you're going to know all these songs.
Well, I only knew one of yours.
Yeah, I didn't know any of yours. So Mark from Philadelphia suggested Sienna Spyro, the song Die on This Hill. Are you aware of this song?
I am not.
I am. I told him I love the song. Like, if it was released a month later than it was, because I like this like in the winter and the fall and the spring. Like, I really like this song. So for me, it was like it already like lost its gusto. Like in the summer, I'm not listening to it anymore. But it is a great song, so I definitely like his choice there.
That's ironic because, so in other words, you were following the rules to the letter when you were doing your songs of the summer, yet you often break the rules.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's songs of the summer, if it's a song I was listening in Christmas time, I'm not gonna, Stephanie from Montreal, she gave us a bunch of songs, and you tell me if you know any of these.
Okay.
I think I don't know any of them. In the Name of Healing by Griff.
Nope.
Rachel Ziegler performs Fame is a Gun, which is originally by Addison Rae.
Nope.
Stateside by Zara Larsson and Pink Pantheress. I've heard of that.
I haven't.
High Hopes 3000 by Role Model. That's your guy.
I've heard of the song.
Yeah.
Because I saw it, like it came up in my Spotify or in my Sirius XM. I don't remember one of those.
Yeah.
But I didn't tap on it to play it. So I've heard of it.
I get the feeling like in like a few years from now, we're going to be doing like one-hit wonders of the 2020s and Role Model's going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. White Keys by Dominic Fike.
No, I don't recognize that.
And Too Busy Missing You by Asha Banks.
Sorry.
Thank you, Stephanie. I'll give those a listen. Derek, our good friend here in Montreal, wrote, sorry, I don't think I recognize any of these songs, meaning my songs and your songs.
Okay.
I'm from the 90s, and so is my music. But on the subject of soccer, I agree that some of the rules are bizarre, and I'll add another one. Why is overtime not sudden death? Actually, there was golden goal in one World Cup. I forget when. I think when it was last time it was in the US, and then FIFA just got rid of it and went back to the 30-minute overtime. That said, it really is a beautiful game. No equipment, just a bunch of players on a ball. You can't even use your hands. It doesn't get any simpler than that. And the fans have elevated the World Cup from a sporting event to a world-class spectacle. I do agree with that. The World Cup has like a certain cachet with the fans of all the countries and the songs and the chants and the flags. It's like a big thing,
There's another strange rule that I didn't mention, and this doesn't apply to overtime, I don't think. Well, maybe it does. But like in regulation time, if there's a penalty kick and the goalie makes the save, you can get the rebound and still score.
Yes, it's happened before, yeah.
That's the weirdest thing.
It is also very weird, yeah. Come on, I mean, like, he made the save. Like, it's so hard to make the save. And then imagine he makes a save and then you still score. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, really bad. That's the listener mail.
Okay, we'll be right back after this to talk about our favorite instrumental songs.
You're listening to Unscripted.
I'm Joseph DeMedictis.
And I'm Ross Citrullo.
And we're doing this podcast so we don't have to go home and get a real job.
Exactly.
That's right. And we're doing it to tell you about our pursuit of the dreams we've had since being a kid, being young, trying to get into the entertainment industry. Us, we're mid-career, sort of. We're kind of halfway broken in a way. But we both have these big dreams and big goals.
Aspirations, really.
For our careers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. This podcast is about the journey through the industry, trying to make it, but trying not to have to give up.
So listen to our podcast on all the places you might listen to a podcast. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We have our own YouTube channel where you can watch the video version. All the links can be found at you'llnevermakeit.ca. Here's hoping we do.
And now, back to Unscripted.
Okay, Skip, we're back.
All right, so the topic this week is our favorite instrumental songs. You chose the topic.
Right, and let me just state the rules, and then you can go on. The rules are the following. There are no rules.
Because
anything goes. You can pick classical music, theme songs from television shows, music from movies, music from podcasts, you name it, it works.
Music from podcasts. Does that mean you have a music from podcasts?
Possibly. I guess you'll have to wait and see.
I know which one it is. Okay, that's a good pick. I texted you asking, do you think you could watch the final season of The Bear in time for our next recording?
And I said highly unlikely since I haven't even started.
So I suggested another topic, and then you said that sounds okay, but what about favorite instrumental songs? And immediately I said yes. Now, I want to tell you that as soon as you told me the topic, I knew my number one. Like we've always said, that's the way it goes, right? Like often, as soon as I already knew what my number one was going to be. So then we started going back and forth about and you said, by the way, songs from TV is allowed. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then you're like, songs from movies are allowed. And then I'm like, there's so many songs from TV. Then you said, well, you know what? We already did our favorite songs from TV and movies, so maybe we won't count it. And I was like, whatever you want to do, I'm fine. Whatever you want to do. And then you wrote to me the funniest thing, which is like something along the lines of, I'm having a lot of trouble with this category, which is ironic because I'm the one that suggested it.
Exactly.
So in the end, we decided, like, as usual, our show, our rules. But I really feel like our lists are going to diverge because I purposely did not include any songs from TV or movies.
Okay.
Just because I had enough of regular songs not to do that. And I felt like maybe it's not cheating or anything, but I just gave myself a little bit more of a challenge and I didn't include those. But I mean, there are some amazing songs from TV and movies, which I'm sure you're going to include, right? So
I will.
This is going to be weird, but I don't know if you're going to even know any of my songs.
I might not.
I'm looking at it and I think you know one, but I don't think you know them. Which is odd because it's usually the other way around.
It's okay.
Yeah. They're kind of like, a lot of my stuff is like, I don't want to say classic rock, but in that genre, some of them are. So they're a little bit of deep cuts in for those classic rock artists, you know?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Since it was my idea, I guess I'll start.
Number 5.
I'm going to pull a skip.
Oh, I love it.
I've got a tie.
Oh, it's such a cheating move.
You've done that 100 times.
Okay.
2 songs. Jet Set by Mike Vickers.
I don't know that song.
You 100% know the song because it's the opening theme for This Week in Baseball.
Oh, tremendous song. Tremendous. Yeah.
It is a tremendous song. It was composed in the 1970s. And it's actually if you've watched This Week in Baseball, it's the perfect opening music. And then right after the music is, sort of fading away, you hear Mel Allen's voice. Hello there, everybody. It's perfect. It's just perfect.
Very good. Very good. Yeah.
By the way, Mike Vickers, he used to be in the band Manfred Mann, who I think you've heard of.
Of course. Yeah.
And he's also noted for being a Moog synthesizer pioneer who actually taught the Beatles how to program and use the Moog during their Abbey Road sessions.
That's insane.
It is insane.
And the guy wrote the Twib theme song.
Right. And it's tied, number 5, with Gathering Crowds by John Scott.
Well, isn't that well, now I see why you did the tie, right?
That is the closing theme for This Week in Baseball.
Exactly, yeah. I love the closing theme. The closing theme of This Week in Baseball, when the credits were running and you heard that song going, it's just beautiful. Yeah.
And by the way, John Scott is British, so I don't even know if he likes baseball or watches baseball or whatever.
Right.
But it was also perfect music because at the end of the episode, they would show a montage of amazing catches or home runs or bloopers. And so you would be hearing this music in the background as you're seeing that. And then it's punctuated at the end by the 3-note chord as the MLB logo, fades in.
Beautiful. I fully endorse your tie in this situation.
Thank you.
Because it's like the same show and everything. So that's good. Yeah. Number 5 for me. Do you like Christmas music?
Some of it.
Yeah. This is the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and the song is called Christmas Eve, Sarajevo, 1224. So the Trans-Siberian Orchestra is not really an orchestra. They're actually like a metal band. Their debut album was called Christmas Eve and Other Stories. That was released in 1996. And this song is like a mix of two very well-known Christmas songs, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen and The Carol of the Bells, set to like a very rockin' way with the crazy guitars and unbelievable like instrumentation, and it's like a full orchestra, so it's very big and loud. I think it's just a great song. Every time we hear it at Christmas, it's like instantly turn it up, because you need to listen to this song really loud. So like Trans-Siberian Orchestra has sold more than 10 million concert tickets and over 10 million albums. Like they are very well known, not just for this song. They've got all kinds of music, but I think this is kind of their main, what they're known for. And they're probably collecting crazy royalties every Christmas, right? Like
That's true.
From now till eternity. So yeah.
Number 4.
You know this one, Axel F by Harold Faltermeyer.
I knew this was going to be in your list, and every time you were texting me that we have to include movies and TV shows, I was like, well, it's because he wants to have Axel F. I actually thought this was going to be your number 1.
Well, it's number 4, and I love this song. So it's from the movie Beverly Hills Cop, and so I think everyone recognizes the song when they hear it. If anyone's seen the movie Beverly Hills Cop, they definitely know the song. Harold Faltermeyer was a German musician. Actually, I think he still is a German musician. He apparently used 5 instruments to record this. And these are the 5 instruments he used. A Roland Jupiter 8, a Moog Modular Synthesizer 15, a Roland JX3P, a Yamaha DX7, and a Lindrum. And all the instruments were played by him.
So it's like 4 synthesizers and like a drum machine.
Pretty much.
That's what it sounds. That's what
yeah,
it sounds
that's
like.
exactly
Yeah.
what it sounds like.
Yeah,
like I didn't know
that's
you
pretty
needed
cool.
more than one synthesizer, but apparently you do.
Yeah, I guess. Good pick. I like that pick, and I like that song.
Also, there was a version of this song that was used for an Expos montage. if you recall.
I don't remember it, but if you say so, and then these are things that like stick in your mind, right? Like I told you, I wanted to do an episode about songs that remind you of certain things. Yeah.
Well, this one does.
So number 4 for me is the Allman Brothers, and the song is called Jessica. It's a very well-known classic rock instrumental song. It was released in 1973. It was actually released as a single, like believe it or not. Guitarist Dickie Betts wrote the song, and he named it after his daughter Jessica. It actually, like, considering like their first single from this album was Ramblin' Man, which is kind of the Allman Brothers' most famous song. Obviously, this song didn't get that same level of success, but it's still like a staple. Like you'll still hear it. Like if you go on a road trip in the U.S. and you listen to like a classic rock station, you're probably going to hear this song at one point. And the Wall Street Journal in 2006 called it a true national heirloom. You can take that any way you like.
So yes, I do know the song. And funny enough, I did more research for this episode than I think I've done for any other episode ever.
Really?
And so at one point, earlier on, a few days ago, when I wasn't sure which songs I was going to include, I just Googled, instrumental songs.
Yeah.
And then I started listening to all these songs. Jessica was one of them.
Yeah.
And I bet you all the songs on your list are in my list that I didn't use.
Possibly, but I'm not sure of that. I don't think my number 1 is, but continue. Let's continue.
Anyhow.
Number 3.
Bad Dream by Nick Thorburn.
Do I know this?
You do, because it's the theme music from Serial.
Oh, tremendous song. Tremendous song. I wish Serial was still on and good. Like I know there was other seasons after season 1, but like I never got into it in the same way. And season 1, I listened to it so many times. I listened to the episode the minute it came out, then I would listen to it again that day, and then again the next day. And the song is such a big part of it. Like, yeah.
Anyway, it is a great song, and I found like a bit longer version online, because the one they use in the show is kind of short.
It's usually like 3 notes, yeah.
So Thorburn said it took him a weekend to write this song. I'm not sure if it's considered writing if there's no lyrics, but anyway, it took him a weekend to compose the music, and he also used a synthesizer. Yeah. Now, someone years and years and years ago said they thought the song sounded a lot like One Is the Loneliest Number.
I can see that. Like, I can hear that. Yeah.
Because, and this is what Thorburn said in response. He said, because it does sound like the Harry Nilsson song with the plunking piano line,
that's
descending
what it is.
melody, though I think the differences are strong enough that I'm not going to get sued.
I hope so.
Which is funny because we did an episode a few weeks ago or a few months ago about songs that sound similar, so.
Yeah. All right, number 3 for me. Pretty sure you do know this one. It's by Santana, and it's called Samba Pati.
Yes, I do know it.
So it's from their album Abraxas, which everybody's listened to. It's like a classic rock staple. It has their most famous song, Oye Komova. But Samba Pati is, like, for me, the best song on that album. I always thought, like, when I first listened to this, I'm like, wow, the best song on this album is an instrumental. Like, it's pretty crazy, right? Like, how could that be, right? It was released as a single in 1973, and it actually charted in like all different countries: Netherlands, Germany, UK. It was Santana's first ever single on the UK charts that charted. And in 2020, Rolling Stone magazine ranked the album number 334 on their 500 greatest albums of all time. And I think this is the best song on that album.
Great. Good pick.
Number 2.
Next for me is the main theme from the show The Newsroom. Now, to be accurate, I'm referring to the Newsroom show on HBO, not the Newsroom show that was on CBC.
That's interesting because I know you like the Canadian show much better. I mean, people are listening now, even Canadian people are listening now, and they don't even remember the Canadian show, The Newsroom. I know you and me do, but you and I should say, do. But like, yeah. Okay, so I don't know. I don't think I know the song. I never watched The Newsroom HBO.
Oh, okay. Well, just watch the first episode and you'll hear the theme. So there's no name to the song. It's just called the Newsroom main theme. It's written by Thomas Newman. The song, it captures the show's intellectual energy and rapid fire dialogue. It's actually quite perfect, the song for the show. And it was originally supposed to only be in episode 1, in the pilot episode. But then somebody took over as the series composer, and it became the theme song for every episode.
That's awesome. I love when that happens. If there's a good song, why not use it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, number 2 for me is the song Little Wing, but not by Jimi Hendrix, because that one has words. It's composed by Jimi Hendrix and written by Jimi Hendrix, but this is by Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan recorded the instrumental version of Little Wing in 1984, although it was only released in 1991 after his death on an album which was kind of like the best of and all these deep cuts of Stevie Ray Vaughan, which is called The Sky is Crying. And the song actually won the 1993 Grammy Award for Best Rock Instrumental Performance. This is after he had passed. He won a Grammy. And for me, like, the song is just like a guitar, like, masterpiece, you know, especially when you know the words to the song Little Wing. Like, I find myself singing along, even though there's no singing in this version. And it's almost like the guitar is like singing you the words, you know, it's really quite special.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Number 1.
So I don't think you're going to be surprised, but it's The Barber of Seville.
Pulling out the Bugs Bunny music.
Exactly. So the actual song Barber of Seville, it's a comic opera written by Italian composer Gioacchino Rossini. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his first name right. And the reason I know this song and like this song is because it was used in a skit, in a Bugs Bunny skit called Rabbit of Seville, which could be my favorite Bugs Bunny skit of all time, possibly.
I think it is the best Bugs Bunny skit. Yeah.
You don't see it anymore. Like, if you do watch Bugs Bunny on television, and I don't think it's on television, but if you do watch, they never show this skit. Like, there's so many Bugs Bunny skits that they never show anymore because there's something that's politically incorrect about all of them.
Right.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, of course, it was directed by Chuck Jones. It features Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. The nonstop slapstick humor in this short is paced musically around the overture to Italian composer Rossini's 1816 opera buffa, The Barber of Seville. Right. In 1994, by the way, The Rabbit of Seville was ranked number 12 in a list of the 50 greatest cartoons, which to me, 12 is very low. I can't believe it wasn't higher than that.
I want to look up that list because, that doesn't make sense.
So anyway, Barber of Seville.
So 4 out of your 5, or I should say 5 out of 6, because you had a tie, are like theme songs.
Well, this is not really a theme
No, not
song,
this one, but all your other 2, 3, 4, 5 are theme songs, right?
Yes.
And number 1 is a classical.
Although Axel F is not a theme song for the movie, it's just used in the movie, isn't it?
Correct. I mean, technically, it's just used in the movie, but I mean, yeah.
So 4.
Very, very interesting because when you texted me, you're like, we're allowed to use classical music. I'm like, sure, but like literally, that's like every song of classical music is instrumental among thousands of songs, right? Like, look, I'm not into classical music, neither are you. So it's actually kind of impressive that The Barber of Seville made it to your number 1, which is actually really pretty great. I love it. So on the topic of like what could be included, none of us so far, except for my number 1 here, use jazz music because there's a lot of great jazz songs that could be included. I didn't include everyone. I'm not a massive jazz fan, although I do like certain artists, certain songs. But my number 1 song is a song called Last Train Home by the Pat Metheny Group. So Last Train Home is from Pat Metheny's 5th studio album called Still Life Talking. It was released in 1987, and it won the Grammy Award for Best Jazz Fusion Performance that year. And it was the number 1 album in 1987 on the Billboard Jazz Albums chart. So this was like Pat Metheny's biggest like success, this album. And I mean, the album's really great, but This song, Last Train Home, is like a kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, honestly, it's like it transports you. Like, I can't even put into words like what it's about. I don't even know if it's about anything, but it's just a feeling. And then I actually read some of the comments if you go on YouTube and you find the song, and you could read a lot of the comments, and there's a couple of comments that were really, really great. You know, one listener said, "This sounds like home," which I think describes the song perfectly. And another person said, "I've listened to this song 1,000 times and I'll listen again and again and again." So I think that just perfectly describes like my feeling about the song as well. I never really get tired of it. I hadn't listened to it for so long. And then when you suggested the topic, I automatically knew this was going to be number one. Immediately I knew like, okay, that's number one. And then when I was making dinner the other night, I was listening to a bunch of instrumental songs to try to figure out like what was going to be in my top 5 and what the order was going to be. And I had this song playing while I was cooking dinner. And my wife is like, "What is that song?" Like right away, she was like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is," I explained to her what it was and everything. So anyways, Pat Metheny Group, Last Train Home is my number one.
Great. I knew your list would be good, and we didn't have any the same.
No, I knew we wouldn't. And like, I have like a massive, massive list of honorable mentions. I'm going to go through them very, very quick. Okay.
Okay. I have a few too.
They're in non-TV and movie category. There's some jazz songs: Herb Alpert, Rise, and Miles Davis, So What. There's classic rock, Tubular Bells by Mike Oldfield, which is like a 25-minute song. You know this song.
I think I know that song, yeah.
Yeah, and then the classics like Wipeout by the Safaris, Green Onions, Booker T and the MGs. If you look up best instrumental songs, this is on every single list.
Mm-hmm.
And then other jazz staples: Take 5 by Dave Brubeck, everybody knows the tune, and Feel So Good by Chuck Mangione. And there was one song that I wanted to include. I texted you about it. I said, I don't know if I should include this because there's singing, even though there's not words, which is Pink Floyd, The Great Gig in the Sky. You know this song. It's like this girl is just screaming, ah, the whole time.
Oh, yes.
So I mean, I think it could apply as an instrumental, but I just didn't want to put it because I felt like it was shouldn't really count. TVs and movies, there's tons. Anything composed by John Williams, so like all the Star Wars music and Indiana Jones, and there's several Star Wars songs. There's the regular Star Wars theme, the Imperial March, and the Duel of the Fates. So if you know what I'm talking, if you watch Star Wars, you know what I'm talking about. Moby, the song from The Bourne Identity.
That's a great song. I forgot about that.
That is a great song. The love theme from St. Elmo's Fire. I wrote Axel F down also. And then the themes from all these TV shows and movies: Magnum P.I., Hawaii Five-0, Mission Impossible, Hill Street Blues, the Pink Panther theme song by Henry Mancini, and then the Game of Thrones theme song.
Okay.
And then my wife wanted to make sure that I mentioned, there's 2 others, sorry.
It's fine.
My wife wanted to mention that her number one is right away, like she's just like us, right? I told her the theme. She's like, I know what my number one is. I told her she knew right away. She's like, because she has, and I still have it in my house because she has the 45, the little single on vinyl of the disco Star Wars. So it's the Star Wars theme song. It's the Star Wars theme song turned into a disco song.
I don't think I've heard that.
And it's very catchy. And then the other one that I wanted to mention that goes along to your This Week in Baseball category is the song Round Ball Rock, which is the theme to the NBA on NBC.
Oh, I like that song.
Yeah. Those are all my honorable mentions. I don't know if you have any others that I didn't cover, but
I have a few.
yeah.
So, do you know the song March of the Swivelheads by the English Beat?
I don't think so, no.
You do, because it's the song that's used in Ferris Bueller's Day Off when he's running home and trying to get home, before his parents get home.
I love it. Yeah, great.
That's a great song, and there's no lyrics. The Natural by Randy Newman from the movie The Natural.
I mean, the score of The Natural is like perfection,
right?
Honestly.
Speaking of your wife mentioned having the 45. I have this 45. It's the theme from SWAT, but from the 70s, not the new SWAT.
You mentioned this when we did the episode on our favorite TV theme songs. This was in your list.
Yes,
SWAT.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
The theme from MASH, Suicide is
Great.
Painless.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
The Hockey Night in Canada theme, obviously. The theme from Seinfeld,
I mean, yeah, and Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Sure, yes. And then one other classical song, Ride of the Valkyries by Richard Wagner.
Yeah, well, that's very famous. Yeah.
That's also used in Bugs Bunny. I don't know if you remember the skit, Kill the Rabbit, Kill the Rabbit, Kill the Rabbit.
Of course. I mean,
That's that song.
That's a classic. It's great. Bugs Bunny was trying to culture us when we were little kids by exposing us to classical music, right?
And that's it.
Beautiful.
Okay, we'll be right back after this with some final thoughts.
You're listening to Unscripted.
Hey everyone, Skip here. I'm really excited to invite all of you to follow my new account at Skip Cooks on Instagram and TikTok. I'll be sharing my love of cooking with recipes in the form of 1-minute music videos, all set to some of my favorite songs. Don't miss out, follow me, and let's have some fun in the kitchen.
Unscripted with Skip and Josh is available wherever you listen to podcasts. If you listen to the show through Apple Podcasts, please leave a review. To interact with the show, send an email to skipandjoshshow@gmail.com. Follow the show on Twitter and go to Facebook to like the show page. And now, some final thoughts from the guys.
So I don't really have like any like pressing final thoughts, like stuff. Usually I have stuff I'm like dying to tell you, right? But like maybe if you have something, you could go ahead.
So, big news. Ben Folds 5 is reuniting for their first tour in over 13 years.
That's massive.
So, they broke up, and now
Of
it's
course.
just Ben Folds. It's not Ben Folds 5.
Yeah.
But they are re-releasing their first album because it's the 30th anniversary of their first album.
Right.
And then they're going on tour. Now, I don't know where they're going. They haven't announced the dates or the locations, but hopefully they're coming here.
I mean, they're not going to come here where I am. Like I can't see that.
But they might come to Toronto.
But Toronto is obviously Toronto is on every artist's tour stop list, right? It's always, you get everybody. So that's cool. If they come, I would definitely come to Toronto and go with you.
Great. I mean, they're not re-releasing the album until September 4th, so the tour might not be happening until next year.
That's going to be an amazing concert.
I think so. I've never seen them live, and I would like to.
He's such a brilliant musician, honestly. He's fantastic.
He is on tour, by the way, like now, but I don't want to see him because he's not going to play any of his old stuff.
No, he has so many albums, and he has like different kind of genres. I think he even composed like classical type of music, and that might be what he's playing, so who knows?
The other little tidbit, I started watching a show. It's from 2019, but I just started watching it recently on Netflix. It's called Sex Education. Have you heard of this show?
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
So there are some actors in here that you like.
Isn't the girl who was in the last season of The White Lotus in that show?
Amy Lou Wood, yes.
Correct. Yeah.
And this was before she did White Lotus.
Yeah.
And also Gillian Anderson is in the show.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, God, maybe I have to watch it.
But it doesn't even look like her. Like, I didn't recognize her at first. And she also has an accent, so I didn't recognize her at all.
She's very weird because she speaks with a British accent when you see her in interviews because she's lived in London for like over 20 years. But I still find it weird. Like, I never know if her accent is real or if she's putting it on.
Well, this is a British show.
Yeah.
So she has a British accent in the show. Maybe that's her actual accent. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So anyway, I've only seen about 4 or 5 episodes.
Is it good?
But I like it.
I'm going to tell you that also a show that I started watching last night with my wife, and you're going to laugh at me because I never imagined that I would watch this. It's currently like the #1 show on Netflix, I think. It's Little House on the Prairie.
Like the old ones, you mean?
No. It's like a redo. It's
Okay.
it's made like now. It's made in 2026.
Okay.
There's new actors. It's not as like. Do you remember Little House on the Prairie? Did you ever watch it?
I might have seen an episode or
exactly.
two.
Like it's like when I'm talking to my wife about it, I'm like, I remember the show. I remember it being on. And I looked it up yesterday. It was on from 1974 to 1983. Like there's a million seasons of it. And then think about how many episodes they used to do every year in those times. And it was a very like family oriented show in those days, right on NBC prime time. And Like I never really cared about that show, but I watched it. We watched 2 episodes, and it's actually like it's really kind of good. It's like it's fun to finally. It's interesting to watch a show that's like doesn't necessarily have a villain. That's not like the whole world's not going to explode. You know, it's not like the stakes are not as high. It's just about this family trying to make it in the wilderness and make it on the frontier and their life. And like, I don't know. It's like, so far I'm kind of into it, which really surprised me. Like, honestly, it really surprised me. Yeah.
Okay, great. I mean, last week you told me about Littlest Hobo. Now you're telling me about, Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, maybe I'm regressing in my taste. I'm going back to the old days, right?
I mean, everything happens over again, right? In
100%.
In history, history repeats
there's
itself.
But there's no show or movie that's never going to get remade. I mean, everything gets remade nowadays. Like,
yeah, exactly.
One thing I want to ask you: did you watch any of the Major League All-Star Game or Home Run Derby?
I didn't watch any of the Home Run Derby. I mean, I saw highlights later, but whatever. I didn't really care. Yeah. The game itself, I watched an inning only because I came home at a certain time, turned on the TV.
And it was on. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was on before I started watching what I was actually planning to watch.
Right. I didn't watch any of the game, like not even one pitch, like nothing.
It's interesting because I used to love the baseball All-Star Game. Like I used to plan my whole year around the baseball All-Star Game. Remember, it used to be so exciting for me, and now I don't care about it at all.
I remember when I first met you in those days in like late 80s, early 90s, like we got together with like a group of people.
Yeah, we would have a watch party at my house.
Yeah, we watched the game like at someone's house. I remember one time we went out to like a sports bar to watch the All-Star Game. It was like such a big deal. Like now it's like, who cares, you know? I actually watched about an hour of the Home Run Derby, believe it or not. Like I watched like the final hour. You know, I saw like the semifinals and then the finals. It was interesting because it was in Philadelphia. The crowd was really into it. You had 2 Phillies players in the thing. Everyone wanted Schwarber to win. He made it to the end. It looked like Schwarber was going to win. The stadium would have went nuts. But then this guy from the Cardinals,
Jordan Walker,
kept hitting home. Yeah, he just kept hitting Jordan Walker. He just kept hitting home run. Like, the format, it was interesting what they did, right? Like, it's only a certain amount of pitches. It's not on a timer anymore.
Which is better, I think.
But, like, the last pitch, when you're on your last pitch, if you hit a home run, you keep going.
Right.
Right.
Kind of like in bowling. If you get a strike, you get to bowl again.
Yeah. So he was on his last pitch, and he hit, like, 3 or 4 home runs on his last pitch to win the thing. And his parents were there, and they had the jerseys on with his name, and it was fun. And like, I don't know, it was just like a kind of cool little spectacle. You know, I kind of enjoyed watching it because it was somewhat interesting. But yeah, the game itself, couldn't even tell you anything about that game.
So I didn't see this, but I heard on the radio the next day, actually on Chris Mad Dog Russo's show, a caller called in and mentioned in the pregame ceremony, they were showing highlights of old stuff, and they showed Brad Wilkerson saying goodbye to the fans in Montreal.
Really?
Apparently. I didn't see it, but apparently.
But what does that have to do with the All-Star Game? Oh, he was in the game, maybe? The last expo to be in an All-Star Game?
I think they were just showing old stuff from old games, like all kinds of different old stuff. I don't know.
All right. Well, that's cool. I mean, whatever. The All-Star Game, couldn't care. But I just was curious to see if you watched it.
Thanks.
All right. Well, great topic this week, Josh. I'm really happy you suggested it. I really had fun making my list. As you said, you did a lot of research on your list. And I'm glad we were able to both come up with 5 completely different songs. In your case, 6 songs. Mm-hmm. And I'll speak to you next time.
Have a great week.